Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for, Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining into our Ameritas webinar. We have a lot of exciting news to share on some of the upgrades for Ameritas. As you know, it's individual and family dental. There's a vision component as well that can be added as a standalone or with the dental. Chad Canese is here. He is the Regional Managing Director of Ameritas. And he's going to be taking you through some of the product upgrades. We also have handouts, so direct your attention to the top right hand of your screen. There's handouts. In the handouts, you're going to see a comparison of the dental plans. You're going to see the bonus that is available for agents, starting with 9-2 sales. And then there's also a flyer on the credit for prior coverage, which is really unique to the dental market, especially the individual family dental market, getting credit for prior dental coverage, which is huge. Just a few housekeeping items for those of you that are not familiar with me. I am Deb Wilkinson. I'm the Senior Vice President for URL Insurance Group with the Health Plan Options Department. This webinar will be recorded. And again, you can ask questions in the Q&A tab just for your own edification and just so you can get truly excited about selling these programs. Agent compensation on the dental is 30% first year with 2% renewal. So I think that's pretty impressive, and hopefully that piqued your attention. And with that, I will hand it over to Chad. Chad, thank you so much for joining in, and the floor is yours, sir.
Okay, well, great. Well, thank you, Deb. Appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for letting me be here, and thanks for everyone in attendance. So again, I'm Chad Canese with Ameritas. I represent our individual dental and vision products. And that's what we're going to focus on here today, individual dental and vision and some of the updates that we made just recently to the product portfolio. Just a real quick check. Audio is still coming through okay, and the screens. Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So on the screen there is, first off, my contact information. So if you do have questions, anything related to Ameritas, anything at all that I can try and help with, that's me. Chad Canese, my mobile number, it's 317-538-3055. So feel free to call, text, whatever's easiest or most convenient for you. And then my email address, chad.canese@ameritas.com, and QR code if you just want to take a picture and save me and keep me handy for, again, whatever I can do for you. So purpose today is, again, dental and vision, what's new, what's changed, but also want to just let everyone know some ideas or at least reminders on why you sell dental and vision, and if you're not, why you want to include it. First off, it is a great door opener to new clients. We hear it all the time. It can be a busy market out there, people and trying to reach clients with different products, but there is high demand for dental and vision. And it's a great way to kind of put your foot in a door with a client of any age, and then come back and offer and sell and cross-sell your other product lines. Now, why sell dental and vision? First off, we know, right, just the need to get in, to see your dentist, take care of your eyes, your teeth, everything, right? But I think this one feels like it's making dental so much more commonplace. And I think that's why we're hearing so much more from clients about the need for it or why they want it. But with medical advancements, it feels like there's all this new news that comes out on other health issues that are identified either through the eyes or the mouth. In fact, gum disease is associated with nearly 60 other health problems: diabetes, heart conditions, even some Alzheimer's. And 1 in 5 Americans say that their vision provider detected a non-related health issue. So again, all the more important that clients are seeing and having those annual checkups. In fact, I heard this one recently that I think it's 85% of all system issues have some kind of oral manifestation. So whenever people say that the mouth is the gateway to your health, that really does feel quite true. And then outside of that, of course, we know that there's just dental issues, right? Tooth decay exists and affects 90% of those ages 20 through 64. Now, this one I really like because a lot of times I hear it, at least it's like, well, I didn't talk to my client because, they work for an employer. So there's this assumption that they have group benefits, and that's not true. And that's not a reason to just dismiss bringing it up. In fact, 64% of people work for an employer that does not offer them health benefits. And typically that's going to be dental and vision. In fact, we have a pretty significant group side. And I think we hear oftentimes too that a lot of employers are kind of pushing more clients into the individual market. So great reason to reach out, to kind of touch and ask clients of any age, do you have or do you need dental and vision? Because again, the demand is there, and we offer a product to anyone 18 and up as far as a policyholder. Another one to kind of keep in mind, and again, this issue just kind of came up on a case here with URL, but it's a 26-year-old, right? So a lot of times that's when someone's going to age off their parents' plan. They need a new plan of their own, and that becomes a new client for you. So keep some of those things in mind, but plenty of opportunity and plenty of demand in your dental and vision space. And especially as we move into, enrollment season, Medicare doesn't cover most dental, denture, and vision. Now, that makes a great time to kind of pair or, come back and offer dental and vision to clients at a later date. But it's also important, I think, to kind of keep in mind whenever you're selling even Advantage plans, which now do include more dental, that might not be all the dental that they need or want. Advantage plans do have some limitations around key benefits, a lot of times like implants. Maybe they have limited benefits, restricted networks, or no networks at all. And a lot of times, too, there's going to be disruption whenever that client potentially leaves that plan. Hey, this plan's great this year, next year it's not. So what happens to the dental that I had included in it? Well, I lost it. So we offer standalone dental and vision. So real advantages there. You can add standalone dental, provide some more coverage. We don't coordinate benefits. So anything they might have as other coverages, whether that's employer related, another standalone option, whatever, we don't coordinate it. Anything submitted to Ameritas, we treat as a primary claim on any of our policies. So we can also find extra value with network savings. We'll cover some of that here as we go along, but also a benefit of standalone. You keep that coverage, even if something changes with your other options. It's kind of take with you dental, right? So as long as you're paying premium, your Ameritas policy stays with you. Now, while we've had some changes at Ameritas to our plans, there are some things that haven't changed and some things that you can expect to see from us. First off, that's next day coverage. And that is a really big deal because when do most clients need dental? Whenever they have an issue, right? So they want to get in, they want to see a dentist soon. You can enroll a client today for coverage that can start as soon as tomorrow. And we have no waiting periods on preventive, basic, or major services. We also offer credit for prior coverage now on all of our plans in the majority of states. We'll go into more detail on what that means. We're also, rates are based on zip code, not age or gender. So all you got to do is just kind of punch in a zip code to find out what pricing is in your specific area. And we do also cover additional benefits, unique things like teeth whitening. We do have an ortho feature. We have hearing care benefits. And of course, we cover items that a lot of others don't, things like those implants. Now, I keep saying this, but I think another one of the really good things about Ameritas, we have coverage in all 50 states. So no matter where you market, no matter where your clients might move to, we have dental and vision options for them. So a few different colors here on your screen, the light blue, the dark blue. Just remember, plans approved everywhere. The light blue just represents some state variations, and I'll touch upon a couple of those for you here as well. But plans are pretty consistent from one to the other with just a few little touches and tweaks. Credit for prior coverage is available in all states except New Mexico, New York, and Washington. So keep that in mind as well. And what is credit for prior coverage? It means that let's back up. Whenever you're replacing a fully insured dental plan from either another carrier, that can be group or individual, and there's no more than 2 months gap from our Ameritas plan to the termination or other coverage, and it's been in place at least 12 months, we're going to jump the client right into that highest level of coinsurance. Now, keep in mind, that is the coinsurance. The max benefits stay the same, but they go to the highest level of coinsurance. That's always been a big objection, right? Like, well, I'm retiring from service and I've been on this group plan forever, and I feel like I'm stepping backwards for my dental coverage. No longer. So you find, and you're talking to a retiree, they've been on a plan, maybe it's one of those group plans, and they've had service. It's been at least 12 months. They're ready to enroll for individual. They jump right into our year 2 coinsurance levels, and you'll see what that benefit looks like here in just a second. So it is significant. It is really powerful, and it is really unique to Ameritas plans. So let's take a look at how that looks inside of the plans themselves, and also just review the plans that are available to you. We have 3. They're all called Prime Star. That's kind of our shelf name, if you will. There's Prime Star Light, Boost, and Complete, and we'll touch on all 3. If you've already been selling with us, you probably remember these as Prime Star Value, Access, and oh my gosh, I've already forgotten the other one, Total. So these are new plans with some subtle tweaks, I think nice improvements. But anytime we do change plans, we need to give the new plan names. So this is now your Prime Star Light, which looks probably most like the Value if you were selling previously. So with the 3 different plans, we tried to create 3 different options for you and clients to choose from, right? Different clients, different needs. Well, this one is just kind of some basic coverage. I think you can see that here as you look at it. A little bit lower max, some limitations maybe as far as the major services and what it covers, but that's all intentional. It's to create a lower price point. With Prime Star Light, depending upon your zip code, you'll probably find this, right around that $20, maybe $22, $23 range. So someone shopping more on a budget, this might be your plan. I tell you where we've also seen it, or at least where we saw that value plan, it was some of those older clients that had, again, dental coverage, but just know they needed more or they wanted a standalone option. Well, here's a way to get that at a very affordable price, and coverage that kind of travels and moves with you. So what we've got now on the dental maximum, it starts at $750 first year, and then it jumps up to $1,500 after the first. That is a benefit year, so that means policy year. So you enroll a client today, 12 months from now, they jump up to the $1,500 max benefit. It's all of our plans are going to have this feature called Preventive Plus. Important to note, Preventive Plus means none of your client's preventive care counts towards those max benefits. The $750 and the $1,500 are all reserved for the basic and major services. So in essence, it's kind of bumping up our max benefit. But just remember, any and all preventive care is covered and doesn't count towards max. Deductibles, this will be pretty consistent. There's no deductible on your type 1 service. And then it's $50 on your basic and major. That's per person. And then preventive care, it's 100% in-network. It's 70% out. So it is a PPO. Your clients can go in or out of network for service. But there will be bigger, better value when your client chooses a network provider. That's amplified, I guess, a little bit here in this example, because if your client goes out of network for service, there's going to be a reduction of the coinsurance. So keep that in mind. And that's going to be kind of consistent here on the plans as well. The basic, it's 50% first year, and then up to 80% in year 2. And then your major services, remember, no waiting period. So as soon as day 1, you can enroll a client today, and tomorrow they have coverage for 10% on major services in network, and that covers things like your crowns, bridges, dentures. Note, this one does not include, and the only plan we have that will not cover implants. So, of course, if you're looking at those, you need them. Clients talking about it, you want to look towards one of the other two plans. So 10% first year, 20 in the second. What does that mean with something like credit for prior coverage? Well, you jump in day one at that 750 max, but you immediately go to 180/20 in network on the coinsurance. Prime Star Boost. So here's kind of the second of the three plans. With this one, we kind of figured it's for families, who may be just looking for, some unique benefits, a little bit more robust coverage. And the reason we say family, it has some things down there you see at the bottom like ortho, as well as one of our more commonly requested items. And keep in mind, Ameritas has some 12 million policyholders, but it is teeth whitening. So we included it here on this boost plan, thinking maybe this is kind of more of your younger, middle-aged kind of people with families. Anyone can purchase any of the plans. So please remember that too. I should have said that earlier, but anyone 18 and up can purchase the light, the boost, the complete, all up to the client. But this one has some of those features that might appeal. The max starts at $1,500 first year, jumps up to $2,000 in year two of the policy, but it's got that preventive plus included once again. So none of the preventive care is counting towards the max benefit. Same deductibles, similar here in preventive care. We've got the fluoride, again, for those younger children, and then 100% in network, 80% out. Your basic services, your fillings, simple extractions, we go 65 up to 80 in network. And then major services, here's your crowns, bridges, dentures, implants, and the teeth whitening. We'll cover 20% as soon as day one, and then 50% in year two of the policy. So remember, I can enroll a client today for coverage that starts tomorrow, and they can go right into a network provider and get as much as 20% covered towards any of those major services. And then ortho, you see here, it's for anyone under age 19. There is a lifetime max per person of $1,000 benefit. No waiting period for it. Starts at 15% first year, 50% in year two of the policy. So really nice benefits there. And this one here, each plan is kind of geared to maybe a different price point. The light, of course, was the lower. This one kind of middle of the road. You'll see it probably based on zip code, maybe $38 to $42, somewhere kind of in that range. Even sometimes maybe a little bit less, but that ballpark at least. And then you've got your Prime Star Complete. This is the most kind of comprehensive of the plans. And we feel it's probably more geared towards seniors because seniors are more concerned with bigger benefit. And that's exactly what we've kind of built into this plan. So again, anyone 18 and over can purchase it, but more of a senior client in mind. The reason being, again, bigger benefit, but also hearing aid coverage. So with this one, you've got $2,500 now first year. So that's an increase and a nice boost to the max benefit. $2,500 first year, up to $3,000 in year two. And again, preventive plus included. So all of that max benefit goes to your basic and major services. Preventive's all covered, not included to the max. So deductibles similar, 0 on preventive, 50 on your type 2 and 3. We go 100% on your preventive care in network, 90 if you're out. And then those basic services, it's 80 up to 90. So really rich coinsurance on this one. And then those major services, pretty similar here. It's 20 and then 50% year two. So crowns, bridges, dentures, and yes, implants. There is no teeth whitening that's specific to the other plan, but we are covering those major claims. Crowns, bridges, dentures, implants are some of our most common and, of course, the most expensive. And those are covered as soon as day one, no waiting period for it. Then hearing. This one has an annual exam of $75. There is no network for this. It's just a straight reimbursement. Same thing for your hearing aids. Now, I know hearing aids are expensive, but keep in mind, this is your dental plan, right? So couple advantages here. One, you're offering your client dental coverage, and there is no network. It's just a straight reimbursement for hearing aids, and there is no network for it. So you can introduce this plan to your client, and in the first year alone, first day alone, they can get $200 per ear for hearing aids. So that's up to $400. They wait, they buy them a couple of years after they've been in the plan. That's $400 per ear. That's $800 total. So just a really nice benefit for hearing aids included in this dental option. So that might be more kind of for your senior client, or where we're most typically going to see this one. Prices on this one probably jump in around that, 47, 48, maybe up to $50+, again, depending upon your zip code. All right. So here's a few of your state specifics. So remember the blue, light blue states. So in a handful of states, and I need to get this updated, Florida, Arkansas, a couple others have been included here, but it's Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Texas, and Wisconsin. So in states like that, that basically just means that your coinsurance is not reduced if you go in or out of network. It does change up your pricing a little bit, but just keep in mind, in or out of network, coinsurance remains the same. Connecticut, Illinois, New Jersey. If you've been with us, you might remember there was kind of like a major services internal max, just because there is a requirement on what is a first-year max on coinsurance. So what we did, we reduced the first-year max benefit, and we were able then to bump it up and give it a higher max in year 2 of the policy. So I think this really is an improvement for those options. And then we did something similar in New York. New York used to have a waiting period because of that. So what we did, we reduced the first year max in New York, but we removed the waiting period on major services. And I think, again, made for an overall improvement. So really nice features now for you in New York as well. But there is no hearing on that complete plan. Now, we still do have some UNC and indemnity states. Those are going to be Alaska, Georgia, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Mississippi, and New Jersey. That means if you go out of network for service, we don't reimburse on the MAC-MAB. It's based on that 80th percentile. So just a little bit of a different reimbursement for your clients if they're going out of network. So it does make the plan a little bit more in some of those states. Now, you're going to notice, because I know this one's going to jump out too, a couple indemnity. It's Montana, Rhode Island, and then 2 counties actually in Pennsylvania. It's Forest and Potter. So those are going to be considered indemnity states, just in those 2 counties, I should say. Okay, all right, wrap this up here. Ohio and Virginia, they remain the Prime Star Total Access and Value. So good news there. You still have those great plans available to you, but they were not approved with these new product offerings. So still great coverage. You'll just see these new ones come in probably about March or something. Then Washington remains an older product for us as well. If you're up there, have clients there, we have product approved, but it's our older Prime Star Advantage Plus. So just see us or check your enrollment site for specifics. Now, I'm going to pivot just a bit and talk about network, because that is a big deal, right? And that's where I think clients will see most advantage with dental and our coverage. Remember, they can go in or out of network for service, but better value finding a network provider. And Ameritas has one of the largest dental networks in the nation. There's a few ways to measure that, right? Access points to unique providers. Unique providers, I think, is where it really matters. Kind of the rubber meets the road. That's the actual dentist. We have about 131,000 inside of the Ameritas network. So significant coverage all across the country. And you'll find that, and you can see it in your network search tool. And a great way to kind of even start out like, hey, let's first find your dentist, see if they're in network, or you can do that kind of as you're checking out as well. Here's what it means, though. Whenever a dentist has joined or is participating in the Ameritas network, they've agreed to certain discounts. And that's going to be at minimum 25%, sometimes as much as or more than 50% off their regular rates. So what that means, that let's use that crown as an example, and that's what we see here on the screen. A crown is our most common claim, and it can get pretty pricey, right? So in this example, it's $1,351. So I went into the dentist today. I know I've got a problem, and yep, I need a crown. $1,351. A little bit of sticker shock. So I don't know what to do. I go home tonight. I call Deb. Hey, I need dental insurance, right? So introduces me to Ameritas, signs me up for coverage. And I go back into that same dentist tomorrow who happens to be in the Ameritas network. So just by being in the Ameritas network, tomorrow, the price for that crown is reduced. It's only $622. That's a little small. I think I'm reading that right by memory. So over $600 for the crown. And that's just simply because of the reduction of the negotiated rate. That's before we even look at the insurance itself. So now let's do that. That Prime Star Complete, a crown is a major service, right? So we do that, and we say, okay, we're going to cover 20%. That means $409 under $500 for that crown for your client. That's 63% savings as soon as day one. And remember, the plan gets better in the second year. 20 goes to 50, or if you have credit for prior coverage, 20 goes to 50. So that means in some cases, as soon as day one, your client might only pay a little over $300 for that crown, and that's 77% savings. So that's a real life example. That's real value and real money for your client. So please keep that one in mind. And again, just the benefit of trying to direct clients to network options when available. Now, vision, remember, we offer dental and vision. They are both standalone products. So you can sell just dental, you can sell just vision. There were no changes to our vision plans. So we offer two. There's Prime Star Choice. The biggest difference here, it's just the networks. Prime Star Choice uses VSP as its network. Prime Star Select uses iMed. There's a little bit of difference in price and some of the coverage, but really competitive plans. I'm not going to dive into them a lot today just because, again, there's no changes to them. Just know that you can sell dental and vision together, bundle them up, or you can do each of those alone. Now, I will tell you a little bit about some of the support tools. If you've not already appointed with Ameritas, I ask that you do. Because if you haven't already, you will see and find demand from your clients that need dental and vision. So just reach out to URL, tell them you need to and you want to get appointed with Ameritas. Once you do, we've got some different tools for you. There's a producer portal. You can jump in, you can check your existing business, commission information, you name it. We've got, I think, a really nice marketing site. And the marketing site's going to give you, stuff a marketing site should, right? Access to product information, kind of the nuts and bolts, the prices, all that stuff, right? The product brochures, even some of those you can personalize and with your contact information and send out to clients. Something like that network piece we just looked at, it's available there for you. Personalize it, drop it out, post it, whatever you want to do. Other things that you can do, and I really do recommend this, just let clients know that you offer dental and vision. We hear it all the time. The biggest thing that you can do is just drop it out there. Hey, I offer dental and vision. If you need it, reach out to me. And we've got some different pre-crafted social media pieces. They're already compliance approved. You can go out to the website. You can grab those. There's an example of one right there on your screen. 4 tips for purchasing individual dental insurance. Drop it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. But it's a great way just to let clients know you're offering it. And I hear it all the time. You will hear from clients that need it. So just put it out there. And it's a great way to do more social media marketing if you're not already or know you need to be doing more of it. We've also really got a great Sales Connect team, as well as a Spanish speaking option should you need it for yourself or any clients. They're available there at that email address or phone or online chat, but they know everything. Some of the best in the business when it comes to, is this going to be covered? What about this product? Everything. So great team and support for you there. Now, when it comes to quoting and enrolling, I think we've got one of the best things going. So remember, I don't even know that I said this. Ameritas has been doing dental for a really long time. since 1959, in fact. So we know dental. It's what we do. We've got great plans. We've got credit for prior coverage, no waiting periods, one of the nation's largest networks. But we've also got a really easy quote and enrollment tool. So in fact, whenever you sign up through URL, you will get your own personal URL to both quote and enroll clients. So I mentioned it earlier. All we do is a zip code. So whenever you get your link, save it, mark it, put it as a favorite. In fact, you can do a whole lot of things with that link. Drop it to your signature line. Send it out to clients. Let them even kind of quote and enroll themselves if they want. It really is that easy. But it starts with just basic information. We're going to ask for the zip code because that's where, again, we're basing price, right? So I put in my zip code and it will automatically now pick the approved products in that area. So you're wondering, gosh, what was the light blue state? What was the dark blue state? Don't worry about it. Just go to your link, put in the zip code. It will only pull the approved product and the specific pricing for that area. So remember, no age, no gender, just zip code. And we don't ask for other personal information. All we need is the zip code. And then, hey, do you need individual dental? Do you need vision? And how many people need coverage? That's it. So it could be one up to a family, I think, of 14 as far as coverage is concerned. Plans for all ages, anyone 18 and over can purchase. And of course, you can add dependents, anyone under 18 to any of those as well. We have no waiting periods, immediate benefits in most all of our states now, preventive, basic, and major services. Coverage can start as soon as next day. I've really hit on that, right? Enroll a client today for coverage that starts as soon as tomorrow. If you need to, you can push that out as much as 90 days. So a lot of flexibility there. We do offer that credit for prior coverage so clients can get those year 2 benefits. Remember on that complete plan, it was $190.50 in year 2. So you've got a senior, they're retiring from service and they want to jump into the complete, kind of more of that senior plan, if you will. They go $190.50 right out of the gate with $2,500 in max benefits and preventive plus included. So really good value there on the plan. We say electronic signature. It's not even really that. It's a complete online process. Your client does some acceptance on the final pages. They're good. That's it. We don't ask for a social security number. Really handy for a few reasons. Privacy, one of the biggest. Just name, address, date of birth, some qualifying information like that. And then flexibility in payments. We do EFT or credit card. So whatever is best and easiest for your client. Do recommend when you can get it, EFT, persistency wise, it does tend to stick and works a little bit better as opposed to some of your credit card. Now, mentioned it. First step, get appointed. So again, just reach out to the URL team. Let them know that you want to get appointed with Ameritas for individual dental and vision. I know not everybody just needs and wants another carrier contract, right? But this will be valuable for you. Dental and vision will come up, and it will come up even more if you just kind of put it out there. So get appointed, get your link, and within probably 3 to 4 days, I think it's like 3-day turnaround time right now, we give you your personal link, and that represents your quote and enrollment tool. It's specific to you. It'll have your name in the top right-hand corner. Anything done from that site is tied back to you as the agent of record. So really good thing here as well, right? Like I include it to my email signature. I send it off to my client. They can enroll for coverage. I'm going to be credited for it. I can take that link and drop it onto my website. Client can go in there, enroll for it. I'm getting credit for it. Other things you can even do, a QR code is super easy, and they're becoming really popular here once again. But with a URL, you can make a QR code. I did one, and I'm not tech savvy. This took me just minutes. Granted, it's a free one, and that's probably why it has a dinosaur in it. But different ones you can use. Chrome has a little tab up top that lets you create a QR code. And again, it takes just seconds. I did it there. But the point of this is you can market it that way, right? Like if you took a picture of that, you just landed on my quote and enrollment site. Now I just use it for demonstration purpose, but that's it. You're on my site now. Client can do the same thing with yours, and they can even quote and enroll themselves. Really useful ways to market this. In fact, some people will reach out to our network providers and even say like, hey, do you mind if I just leave some information in your office? They'll get something, they'll print it out, they'll put their QR code on it. We've been told clients actually quote and enroll for dental coverage while sitting in the dental office. So great ways to just kind of keep that in mind and market it and use it to just engage more clients. Now, here's another way to do it. If you didn't know, and if I didn't mention, Ameritas, according to Forbes Advisor, was rated the best dental insurance for seniors in 2023. So great news there. And I took that, made the little QR code of it, dropped some contact information below it. You can make a business card out of this. You can print this, use it as a postcard, stick it in some mailboxes, whatever. But again, it's a great way to just kind of put you out there and share with clients that you're offering dental and vision. New clients, existing clients, however you might want to go about it. But just, again, let them know that it's available and an option. Now, I'll wrap up here with this. If you are doing business with us, thank you very much. Absolutely do appreciate it. If you're not, again, just please reach out to URL and get yourself appointed with us. And if you are doing business, or when you start, we are doing an application bonus that began with any and all apps submitted here in September, and it will run through the end of the year. In fact, it actually runs to January 1st effective dates. Really easy. All you got to do is write dental and vision to qualify. 10 apps on dental qualify you, or 10 vision apps qualify you. But every app gets you $20 for eligible cases that are submitted on EFT. Remember, I mentioned earlier, EFT is a little bit better persistency. So trying to encourage that, it's a little bit bigger bonus. So $20, just app bonus, cash app bonus for any and all dental apps on EFT, $10 if they're paying on credit card, and then $5 for any and all vision cases. That'll run September, October, November, December, and that January 1 effective date. We just need at least 2 payments from a client in order for it to qualify. So if you start writing in September, let's say you wrote 5 in September, you wrote 5 in November, great. That's 10, you've qualified. So we'll go back to the initial case and pay you bonus on any and all of those. So that's really good news. And again, it's in addition to your compensation that you're being paid for on the product already, along with, I think, a really valuable product you're offering to your clients that, again, I'm going to guess probably need and want dental and vision. There really is a lot of demand out there. I'm guessing maybe that's why some of you are here today checking out Ameritas. And if you're wondering about it, again, just begin to market it, start to offer. And as you do, and as you hear and see more clients, just let us know questions that come up with it. I hear this a lot. People worried they don't know enough about dental. You don't always have to know the basics, know the coverages, of course, but we'll be your dental experts. Just let us help with some of those cases, and let us know what we can do in helping you with it. So again, there's my contact information. Anything at all I can do or support you in the way of it. And Deb, I'll kick it back over to you for any things that I missed.
Sure. I don't think you missed anything. I'm pretty excited. I think, this time of year, again, is so important to get some of these products out, because I don't know, we certainly can't have a show of hands, but we get asked about dental all the time. And I think, between the dental and the vision programs that Ameritas is offering, there is something for everyone. I love the examples you used on the Medicare Advantage, the Medicare Advantage programs, and, how that might work with the complete program. So I think it's great. I love the personalized URL. There's so much you can do with that. And it's self-serve. It's not a heavy lift as an agent selling the dental and the vision, because it is very it explains itself, really. So I think that clients can select and enroll very easily without much assistance from you. So it's a great thing to offer, as Chad mentioned in the tagline, and on social media. So let's open it up for questions. We didn't have any coming in. I did share some, my email for those that want to get appointed. It's a very easy process to get appointed. I would encourage you to do that if you've not done that already, just to get ready for Medicare and the ACA open enrollment. Again, first year commission is 30%. That is unheard of in most dental programs. So I think that's also something to take note of. And that's about it. With that, I'll conclude. And remember, this is recorded. Chad's going to be reaching out. So please use Chad or myself as a resource. Let's get you up and running and ready to sell for this selling season. And with that, thank you, Chad, for joining in. And I wish you all a great day and a great balance of the week. Enjoy.